The following production of the Bang Cartoon Radio Hour contains fictional material used strictly for satirical and comedic purposes, and it should not be accepted as being factual, and all voices are impersonated.
The following program may contain material that is inappropriate for children or your workplace.
Newton in the pocket, pressured and hit, and down he goes!
Vonn Milla.
He is devoured on the plate.
Vonn Milla.
Vonn Milla.
That's super defense.
The Denver Broncos are world champions.
Who cares?
It'll be interesting to see how Peyton handles this.
I'm going to drink a lot of Budweiser tonight.
What's the score?
Give me an F. Give me a C+. I mean, I don't really. It doesn't matter.
Puppy monkey baby. Puppy monkey baby. Puppy monkey baby.
Romo's got a run out and is hit in the back. Oh, he's hurt. He got bent in half, and Tony Romo's hurt.
Well, what do you think?
We'll go balls out with this.
We don't have time for all that.
Welcome to the Bang Radio Hour.
I only can control what I can control. I only can, control what I can control. I mean, there's not much I can control. It's out of my control now.
We have reason to believe that control may have been infiltrated.
Football's become soft. Football's become soft like our country has become soft.
Dad, I don't know what the hell catch is anymore. I mean, it's ridiculous.
T to the I to the LL to the Y to the ARD. What up, bitch? It's Tilliard here.
He's going to stick his knuckle in your asshole.
You like that?
That's gay.
Representing.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
My God! We are ready for the football!
Take that, mother.
And now, here's John and Tom on the Bang Radio Hour.
Everything I am is an illusion. Everything I am.
Jordan Reed goes in motion left. Hand off to Rob Kelly. Through a hole to the 5. Into the end zone. And Rob Kelly scores a Redskins touchdown. Houston baits the fullback. The handoff to Rob Kelly. Leaning in, and he's got a Redskins touchdown. Handoff to Rob right up the middle. He's in for a Redskins touchdown. Third touchdown of the game for Rob Kelly, and the Redskins have put this one away. Game over. Big win for the Redskins here on Sunday Night Football. They beat the Packers 42-24. What a win for the Redskins.
All right, so that was great for your Skins, absolutely. But I do want to say one thing, and I meant to pull the piece of audio from the last show, okay? Because you guys will remember this. You can go back and hear it. I specifically called John a homer because he picked up the Redskins defense and he benched the Vikings defense. And I told you, I said, you are a homer and you're going to be sorry you did that. And you lost by just, a few points this week?
This week, again, in the parlance of everybody else's fantasy league, I lost by less than a point.
And there was your Vikings defense.
I lost by like 7 points by our scoring standards. So
and there was that monster week from the Vikings defense sitting on your bench.
Well, see here now. Wait a minute. Let me hang on a second here. The week that I put the Redskins in, that you called me a homer, they rolled for me, and the Vikings didn't do anything. This past week, my lineup was a mess because I had a vacation I was going on, and my head wasn't right, and I actually didn't do my lineup right. I had Julio Jones in the lineup until somewhere in the middle of Sunday afternoon.
Blah, 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 blah.
Hey, what can I tell you? I'm old. I can't remember things. Leave me alone.
Homer.
No, I didn't leave the Redskins in on purpose this week because I knew they were playing the sorry-ass Cardinals.
All right.
The Vikings.
I'm Tom. He's John. It's Bang Radio Hour number 285 coming up. Not even Thanksgiving can bring one NFL family together.
Good.
Run for the border. The Browns keep trying as hard as they can. And an NFL sex tape is out there, John.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
And a lot more. But first we have to start in New York City.
Hey, can I just say I hope it's Vince Wilfork?
Oh, my God. John took his lovely wife to New York City for the weekend, and I kept getting updates on what was going on, and I'm not sure anybody's ready to hear about what went down in New York City because, by God, it was Bang's weekend, and man.
I spent 4 days up there with my wife. It was her birthday, right? So basically, I'm not going to do a whole lot of sightseeing or anything for me. I'm just going to follow her around wherever she wants to go.
Right.
So before I get started, I'm going to make a disclaimer. Okay. I don't hate gay people. I swear to God, it's going to sound like I'm the biggest homophobe hater in the world, and I don't. You gotta think of it this way. For all of you young people and all of you Generation Xers that, well, all you millennials and Generation Xers, because Generation Xers are younger than me too, that are about to get pseudo-offended by what you hear, just understand this. It's an unusual situation for me to be so inundated, as if you were going into the gym locker room and there's a 60-year-old guy walking around with his pants on, right? With no pants on. That happens all the time, but you're not ready for it, so it's kind of weird to you.
Mm-hmm. You got there on Friday, right? The 18th.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So the very first thing I get at 8:36 p.m. on Friday is, so here I am waiting in line to see a show in Chelsea on the campus of NYU. Everyone,
which I was wrong about. It was not NYU.
Oh, what was it?
It's the Fashion Institute.
Okay. And he says, everyone here is A, 30 years younger than me, B, frigging vegan, and C, gay.
Right. That's right. I mean, well, for one, I didn't realize I was on the campus of the Fashion Institute, so that might have explained the gay parts. But yeah, really, the things that I get out of this trip to New York were, it's a very young city, all right? Everybody there was, like I said, I'm like everybody's dad. Everybody that's a guy is either gay or they want you to think they're gay. There's every language being spoken, it seems, except for English. As a white, American-born, English-speaking man over the age of fucking 50, I was such a minority, Tom, it's ridiculous. I felt like I needed a guidebook to show, excuse me, could you please point me to the bathroom? Este le baño.
It would appear we are a dying breed.
No, we're not. Did you see who they just elected? Shit. Anyway, it's fully multicultural, which was really cool, man. I thought that was really cool. The hotel I was in, honest to God, every day that I was in that damn thing, and every time I'm down there eating breakfast and everything, I'm hearing every language except for the one I speak. It was amazing. Let's see. I have found out by just talking to people and listening to people on the street all the way through New York City that the gay voice that I do is very, very spot on.
Oh, really?
It's almost perfect, Tom. I was so surprised.
Well, afterward, you said, it was fun. The theater that houses the Upright Citizens Brigade. Ever heard of them? Yes, so I get that. And let's see.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let me tell you something about that. Anybody that goes to New York, for one, it's not as expensive as you might think. And number two, that little theater right there in the Fashion Institute with all the gay people and the vegans around. But I'm standing in line when I texted you this, and there's this guy behind me talking about he's going to go to his mother's for Thanksgiving, and I do not feel like having this argument again about eating that goddamn bird. I'm not going to eat the bird. And I'm like, oh, my God. Dude. You know, the skinny jeans and all the guys in all their leggings, that's all they wear. You go into a store and you're a person like me or like you, we go in there and they say, oh, clothes for you are in that back room behind the trash can.
Is that some kind of gay code?
Well, not that there's anything wrong with all that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Right.
No, not at all. Not at all. Now, because I discovered that my voice affectation is so perfect, it made me wonder, how do these guys make fun of a straight guy?
Do they lower their voice down and make their S's come out properly?
How do they do it? Because if I'd have turned around to one of these guys and said, oh, excuse me, can you point me in the direction of 39th Street? They would have gone, oh, yes, you just go up here and make a right and you make a left. And that would have, if I would have turned around and said, hey, you guys, hey, they would have probably left me alone. Oh, my God, can you believe it? He's the breeder.
Wow.
Anyway.
Well, I did ask you, I said, are you going to get to watch the Redskins? You said they're on Sunday Night Football. You probably get to see some of the games. You've already scoped out nearby bars for watching. Now, this was on Saturday. We were just talking about it. And, you know, we were like, you know, you asked me who Ohio State was playing and so forth and so on. And then,
yeah, I was kind of out of loop.
Then I get a text from you. I am at the 911 memorial. Jesus, I am crying openly. Didn't expect that. Very, very powerful.
Yes, Ground Zero is extremely powerful. I couldn't fucking believe how powerful it was. I did not expect. It just hits you, man. When you walk in there, it just hits you. And I'm not like bawling uncontrollably. I had tears rolling down my face, and I could not stop it. I just couldn't stop it. And then after like a minute of trying to stop it, I just decided everybody else is doing the same thing. I'm not even going to bother to try to stop it. Once you start seeing these names carved into that thing, you can't help it. It just all comes back to you. I mean, really.
That's what I figured, is that when you're standing there, it's probably, it feels like you were just watching it all live on TV yesterday.
Dude, there's one point, I swear to God, this is going to sound so funky, But the new tower is there, and it's awesome, and it's big, and it's huge, and they didn't really seem to change the flight patterns of the jets very much because there was a goddamn. I'm looking up at it in this Southwest airliner. I'm sure everybody's used to it by now, but I can't tell the distance. And I was like, oh shit! Just for a second, it makes you go, fuck, there it is again. But yeah, it's powerful down there, man. You go see it. Just be prepared for that, and don't try to be a dumbass and. Right. Certainly don't stand there smiling, taking selfies with yourself. So, I will tell you this, though. If you're going to New York, that comedy theater, the Upright Citizen, it's called the UCB Theater. Dude, we got in there for $20, me and my wife. $20 got us into this place. It's not like a comedy club where there's no 2-drink minimum or anything. It's like a theater that's got about 85 seats. That's it.
Yeah.
And it was this comedy troupe that we saw is called the Stepfathers. This club produced not the Upright Citizens Brigade. A bunch of Amy Poehler came out of there. Ed Helms came out of there. Anzi Cesari. They all come out of there. And, dude, it's like an hour of improv. They just ask for a word. One guy gives them a word, and they go. And it's fucking hilarious. I had a ball for $20. And I was everybody's dad, I felt like. I felt like if I stood up and said, hey, does anybody need me to get him anything from the bar, I would have gotten a lot of people. Yeah, man, can you get me some beer? Can you get me and my girlfriends a beer? So if you go up there, man, and you want something cheap to do that's a good time, go see that. It's an interesting time.
Well, then a few hours later, the Ohio State-Michigan State game is running down, and I get a text saying, damn, how many escapes can OSU have in a season?
No shit. And still be ranked up at number 2.
Dude, that weather like that is the great equalizer. It is. It just is. I mean, it changes everything. And it was, you went from rain to sleet to snow and back to sleet and back to rain, and it was always sideways because it was so damn windy, and it just never let up. It was just nuts the entire game, and it made it really hard to pass for both teams, and hey.
You should play that sad violin behind you while you're
I'm not sad. What do I got to be sad about?
I don't know why you should be sad. You got another squeaker win against a shit team and still managed to end up number 2. They're going to put you in that damn game no matter what.
They know who's got all the talent.
Hey, you know what? Talent doesn't make any difference. If you got all the talent, you should be beating the shit out of teams like that. See, I was watching Penn State score because I couldn't see the game. I had a hotel television, which is not even HD. My God, how did we survive in the fucking dark ages watching football on non-HD TV, Tom? I don't fucking understand. People are throwing the ball, and I'm like, damn, did somebody catch it? What the hell happened? I was watching that West Virginia game in the dust and snow. I couldn't even see it because of all the snow. So.
It was crazy weather, and the SEC never has to play in that stuff, ever. Never has to play in that kind of weather.
Right. Well, like I said, I was watching the score of Penn State, and they were only up 9-0 at halftime. But then, of course, they piled on 30 more points in the second half, like a true team that should be in the freaking running does.
You have 2 losses. Sorry.
Whatever. 2 losses.
Yeah. All right, so then I get a text from you that says... Took part in a street performance today.
Yes,
with dancers and acrobats. I got pulled out of the crowd to play. My job was to catch this guy who dove over 5 people, but I don't think he expected that I would spin and dip him.
That's gay.
No, he didn't. All right, well, okay, so I'm Mr. Tourist, right? So I'm down at Battery Park, and there's these guys that are doing their thing. They're acrobats and dancers and shit. They're all built like they're all built like dancers. Dudes are doing handstands, getting their noses down almost to the ground and, walking around doing all kinds of goofy shit.
Right.
So, me and all the rest of the crowd of tourists, we're all gathering around. They got a good spiel. They got a good little act. They're doing all their, I guess you call and response stuff. It's fun. They're having a good time. So then it comes time to pull people out of the crowd, and they pulled me out of the damn crowd. I was, quote-unquote, sexy white guy, which wasn't gay at all, Tom. These shirtless black guys calling me sexy white guy, I didn't feel at all threatened in any way. Because
you were gay.
Okay. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Right.
No,
yeah, not that there's anything wrong with that.
That was why I wasn't worried. So anyway, they pull me out. They pull some Mexican guy out. They pull some Asian guy out. Of course, we're all... delineated by our ethnicity, and they pull some woman out, and then they start going around the crowd and, dipping the bag out. They got a good spiel. People are throwing money in the bag. My wife gives them $10. Then they come around to us, and they pull us out of the line one at a time, and we're in front of everybody getting the big fucking heavy spiel, and these guys are loading out $20 bills, Because they're putting them in the hard sell, so they call me out, and I said, "Hey, man, you already tapped up my wife. I'm not giving you nothing else. You already got my wife." Right? So they gave me this look, man, and I was like, "Okay." So I reached in my pocket. Honestly, I never carry cash. I have a card.